Well, hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Diane. If you've never been here to my channel before, thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for coming back and being with me here today. So today we're going to be making two things. We're going to be making just a quick and easy bread that you can put in your oven and make. It doesn't have yeast in it, yay. I'm trying to get away from so much yeast. I still like that yeast bread. It's really, really good, but I'm trying to get away from it if I can. But this bread has no yeast in it. It's going to be very good. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to cook it in our Dutch oven. So I'm going to bring that over here, nice and heavy, and we're going to pop this in an oven that's preheating to 400 degrees. And while this is getting nice and warm, we're going to be putting together our bread. So make sure you keep the lid on it while you got it in the oven preheated. All right, so this is really, really quick and easy. I think it's 5 ingredients and that's it. I have some ingredients sitting out here because I'm also making chicken salad. So we're making a no yeast bread, and we're making chicken salad also, homemade chicken salad. We're going to do that after we get the bread in the oven. So the first ingredient that we're going to start with is going to be flour. This is just all-purpose flour. We're not doing much as far as measuring out. That's 1 cup, 2 cups. Try not to get too much in there. 3 cups. You don't have to be precise with this. I've made this a few times, and there's 4 cups. I think I didn't mix up how many cups I had. And then the next thing we have is baking powder. Okay, so make sure it's baking powder. And we're going to add 4 teaspoons of that. And 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was 4. Just in case I didn't count right. Alright, add a little bit extra. And then we're going to put in some salt. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons of salt. And then the next thing we're going to add in is going to be some oil. Any oil that you want, that you like, that you have hanging around your house. First of all, I want to do is I want to just go in and kind of incorporate this. I always like to do that. So I want to just incorporate those dry ingredients. You don't have to do this, but I just always like to do that. And then we're going to add our oil. It's just a 1/4 cup of whatever oil you like that you want to put in. You go ahead and add that oil right on into the mix, okay? Into our little flour mixture. And then it's 1.5 cups of milk. You can use water if you want. Now let me tell you, I didn't have any sweet milk, but I wanted to get rid of the milk that I had. And that was not milk, but heavy cream. So I just put a little bit of heavy cream in this and added some water to kind of thin it out. I think it's going to be fine. In fact, I think it'll be really, really good. And I added just a tad bit of sugar to my milk because, the heavy cream doesn't have a real sweet taste. Sweet milk is named that for a reason because it's sweet. So I just added a little bit of sugar to it to kind of sweeten things up. Alright, so then we're just going to get together and stir this all together. This is going to be really quick. It doesn't take much time at all to do this. You just want to make sure you get all of that nice and incorporated in there. So it's going to kind of look like this. Still be nice and crumbly like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put some oil down on your countertop. Okay. Good amount of oil. We're just going to spread that out. And we're going to form our dough into a nice ball or whatever shape you want to put it in. whether it be a ball or loaf, just whatever you want to have yours shaped at. I'm going to show you how I normally shape mine. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of oil, and we're just going to start pressing it together. Okay, till it gets a nice formed ball. Now, one thing I want to say about this bread is this bread is not a bread that you're gonna just keep around your house and have sitting out on the counter. This would be something like if you're gonna have people over, you want to make a nice bread to go with spaghetti or lasagna, something like that. Or maybe even chili if you want to, or some kind of a soup. You would make this type of bread because it's not going to last very, very long. I normally, we don't eat it all, in which we don't because it makes quite a bit. I would just take it, stick it in the refrigerator, and what we don't eat up in a day or two, I would just take and put it into my little processor, a little mini. I got a little mini because I gave away my big one. A little mini processor, and make breadcrumbs to go with my meatloaf. All right, so there it is, bread. So now I'm going to shape it. And it's going to rise. Okay. And I want to make mine, I'm trying to make it like square almost on the ends, but I want to pat it down. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a rustic type bread that you're going to serve. Put you some ooey gooey butter on top of it. All right. I think that's looking good. I'm going to make some slits. You can do the crisscross if you want. I generally don't do that. I'm just patting this out some more because, you know, normally it kind of pumps up in the middle. But I usually just cut mine as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe I'll do 5 right here. And that's just so that when the bread starts to rise, it'll just have room to expand and rise up. And plus it looks pretty when it comes out of the oven. All right, now I'm going to get that pot out. Okay, so here's my hot pot. We're going to pop the lid off of it. I've got some paper. This parchment paper. Crumble it up. Do a better job of that. There we go. Just lay it down in there. Then pick up your bread and plop it down in there. That's all you have to do. Put your lid back on. And back in the oven it goes. Lid on for 30 minutes. Lid off for the last 15 minutes. Okay, so while our bread is in the oven cooking, we're going to start our chicken salad. So this is like 2 really large chicken breasts, and I think the chicken breast makes the best chicken salad in my opinion. So I always try to use chicken breast. I will use the thighs, but I just think the chicken breast makes the best chicken salad. And all I did was I just went through with my knife and I just kind of chunked it like that. Just put it in some plain water, no salt, and covered it up. Cooked very, very low for about an hour, hour and a half. And then I let it cool in the pan with the water in it. Hence, I have homemade chicken broth or stock or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stick this in my fridge, so now I have me some broth whenever I need it. Chicken broth, okay? Alright, so what I like to do is I like to use my processor, and I like to kind process it down a little bit, not too much, but we're going to process it. So I'm going to get that done, come back, and we're going to put this together. All right, so I've got my chicken nice and shredded, if you would, and I still do have some chunks, but that's okay because the more I stir it, it's going to fall apart. You don't want to get it to the point to where it's like almost like a chicken paste. So, you know, this is a good amount. And look how much chicken we got from those two chicken. Like I said, they were two very large chicken breasts. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start to season our. So we're going to go in with some salt and some pepper. And then pickle, and I usually use the sweet salad cubes. I've tried the relish before, but I really didn't like the relish. I felt like I couldn't get enough flavor, so I went back to using the cubes. And I normally use the Walmart brand, but this was on sale for Christmas, so I got it because I was making potato salad. So you want to kind of eyeball it to see how it looks according to how you want it to be or how much pickle you want in it. You know whether you want a little bit of pickle or a lot of pickle, but you don't want it to overpower it. You want all of your ingredients that you add in here to just kind of balance each other out. Okay, so that is looking good. Yep, I like that. I like the way that looks. Then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to add celery, and I'm going to add a whole stalk of celery. Now, you may not like this much celery. That's totally up to you, but we do like celery, so I'm going to put in a whole stalk of celery. So here's my celery that I've chopped in my little chopper. I'm going to go ahead and get that in there. And then the next thing we're going to put in is onion. And I always have a little onion in the refrigerator. So just a very, very little bit of onion. So this is pretty much all I'm going to put in is that amount. About a fourth of a slice, I guess is how you could say it. You judge as to how you want it. But you definitely don't want it to taste like onion, so or be overpowered with onion. So just a very little bit of onion, or no onion at all if you don't want onion in it. You know, you put what you want in it. Okay, so here's my onion. I did not use it all. I probably used about half that amount, but still that's a good amount of onion going in there. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of sugar just to kind of balance it out. You don't have to put the sugar in it, but I kind of like it. We like the sugar in it, so maybe about half a teaspoon of sugar. Half a teaspoon of sugar. Okay. All right, very good. The next thing is I've got 2 eggs that I've boiled. I'm going to chop them in my mini chopper and add those into it. All right, so I have my 2 boiled eggs. Not 3, but 2. You can put 3 if you want. We'll just give you more of an eggy taste, but 3 works for me. 2 works for me. I'm sorry, I keep saying 3. 2 works for me fine. Alrighty. So the last ingredient we're going to add, of course, is going to be mayonnaise. So of course you use the mayonnaise that you like, and I use what I like. So when it comes to mayonnaise, or put in what's considered the dressing part of it, I guess, you decide how you want it and the creaminess of it, how it's going to be. So we're just going to get this stirred in. Y'all, it smells good. Real good. That is smelling so delicious. Now, I will normally eat this on pita bread, or even sometimes just serve it and have it with crackers at lunchtime. want y'all to look. See if I can get that turned around so you can see how it's looking so far. And I'm not even finished incorporating it in there. Get all the way down to the bottom of that. Oh, but this is just 2 breaths. Remember, just 2 breaths is all it was. I'll put just a little bit more of mayo in there for me. I think I want just a little bit more. And we don't add any when we make our sandwich. We don't add any more mayonnaise. We may do lettuce and tomato with it. Toasted bread. And it's so good. But we definitely don't add any more mayonnaise to the bread. So I want you to see how that's looking. Look at that. Homemade chicken salad. You can do it. No preservatives. Just the wholesome ingredients that you add to it. So we're going to give it a nice little taste. See if we need to add anything to it. Oh my God. That is absolutely delicious. We don't need to add anything to that. That is wonderful. Here's our chicken salad up close. Just look at that, would you? That is really, really good chicken salad. Absolutely delicious. So I'm going to stick this in the fridge to let it get cold. And then we're going to get our bread out and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so our bread is done. It's out the oven. It's been 30 minutes with the lid on, 15 minutes with the lid off. And I'm going to try to take it out. Normally I let it sit in here for just a few minutes. But for, of course, the paper's turned because I'm trying to take it out. See if I can get it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. So here is our bread. Oh, slide it off. It's nice. And this is our bread that looks good. So normally I just let it sit and cool before I serve it. But if you're going to be eating it with spaghetti or lasagna or whatever you're going to have for dinner, like I said, some kind of a soup, hey, go ahead and slice into it. So we're going to do just that. We're just going to cut just a small little, if I can even touch it, it's so hot. Woo. And that was our bread. Smells good. So like I said, this is the first time I've made it using the, just going to get a little piece, using the heavy cream. Great. Because you know, I'm a real advocate of use what you have. So I didn't have the regular sweet milk, substituted it for heavy cream because I've got a bunch of that left in my fridge from Christmas. I'm gonna make some more dish. That is so good. Oh my goodness, it is very, very good. So we're gonna have this probably with our chicken salad. It's gonna be great. And then we're gonna have it tomorrow with dinner. And then what's left, I'm just gonna put it in the processor, crumble it up really good, stick it in the fridge, have breadcrumbs for when I make meatloaf or need anything, you know, with breadcrumbs. I can just put it on top of any kind of casserole dish that I'm going to make, add a little butter to the crumbs and stick it in the oven and bake it, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. But this is just an easy, no yeast recipe to make when you need or want some bread really quick and don't want to food with having to wait on a yeast bread to rise. Let's see if I can just show this to you without tipping it completely over. Maybe if I hold it a little bit. That looks good. It's really, really good. It smells divine, y'all. So you really do want to kind of let it cool a little bit. Normally I will put the top back on it while it's in the bowl and let it sit in the bowl with the top on it. Well, that's all, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today for our homemade chicken salad and homemade fresh bread. Thank you so much. Be blessed, and I'll see you real soon.